Hello friends, Adam here with FED. Today we're going to talk about difficulty modes in Fire Emblem and why they are kind of silly. And when I say silly, I just mean I think they're worded poorly, or it's really what I really mean, I guess, is that they are poorly conveyed to the player as to which one they should play, which difficulty is for you, or which one's even intended. Because I like to think that the developers have an intended difficulty, the one that they designed the game around and said, this is what the intended experience is. Maybe they don't. Maybe I just don't know enough about game design to say that that's a good thing or a bad thing to do that. But it just makes sense to me in my head to have one difficulty that's like, that this is the standard, you know? So for example, this is what Fire Emblem Three Houses says about each difficulty. So it has like a little like help text or tagline next to each difficulty level when you select new game. For normal mode, it says for beginning and intermediate players. For hard mode, it says for experienced players. And maddening mode says for those who crave a challenge. What do those even mean? What define beginning player or intermediate player? Intermediate especially, what the heck does that even mean? Does that mean you've played Three Houses before, or does it mean you've played another Fire Emblem before? Does it mean you've played a bunch of Fire Emblem before, but you should still start with normal mode? Does it mean you've only played normal modes before, so you should only play normal mode now? What does intermediate player even mean? This is these really arbitrary and meaningless statements and they're trying to convey what difficulty is meant for each player, but they don't really give you anything beyond that. It doesn't really work, is what I'm saying. And I thought of all this because of one of my favorite games of all time, Celeste. Really great indie platformer. Everyone who enjoys a platformer should play this game at some point. Really good. It's cheap. You can find it, on like every console ever made. That's not true. Like all the recent consoles and on PC and all that. Totally worth playing. They have what's called assist mode. When you so you have to like turn assist mode on before you enter your save file. So you select your save file, and then there's a couple options. There's like start, like you just like play the game or start, and then there's assist mode on or off and variants on or off. If you go to assist mode and turn it on, when you start your game, you'll get a couple little text boxes or screens that pop up that's, explain what assist mode is, what it does, the benefits of it and all that. And then the second to last page, the page that pops up before it asks, are you sure you want to turn on assist mode? It says, Celeste is meant to be a hard and challenging game, but we wanted to make it possible for everyone to enjoy it. Therefore, assist mode, essentially, right? So they give you flat out, the game is meant and intended to be played without assist mode. That's how we made it. That's how we designed it. It's possible, and it should be a rewarding experience for those who do it. But we understand that it is difficult, even though that's intended. So we want to give everyone an opportunity to experience the story that we're passionate about and to experience this game that we've worked so hard on. So that they just convey right there and then that assist mode is not what we intended, but we want everyone to experience this. And that's what Fire Emblem used to do with these difficulties. It's so weird. It's so weird now, especially in the community where we are. There's so many of us that are, you're not playing on hard mode. Oh, do you even like? Oh, that's like the base difficulty. But why is hard mode the base difficulty? I mean, when I started Three Houses for the first time, I played on hard mode. I did. I've played a lot of Fire Emblem. I thought I'd be fine, and turns out I was. And I was streaming it, so I don't know. I had to look good, I guess. I don't really care. I guess I shouldn't have really cared about that, but I did. But it was like my first time really streaming a game seriously. So I did hard mode and I was fine. I guess experienced players worked out for me. But why isn't normal mode, or just like the game that's like, shouldn't that mean that this is where the game is normally, how it's normally designed or how it's normally experienced? I think one game in the series that does a like okay-ish job of telling you what's intended by the developers is Radiant Dawn. So Radiant Dawn, for easy mode, it says a brisk tempo makes this mode easy to get into and easy to play, which is still kind of out there as far as the description goes, but I'm okay with that. I like that better than for beginner and intermediate players. And then for normal mode, it says for players who already know their way around the game, this is the standard difficulty setting. The key there is this is the standard difficulty setting, and for players who already know their way around the game. Essentially saying easy mode is it almost says like easy mode is a good place to start if you haven't played the game before, you don't know the characters, anything like that. But normal mode, if you already know the game a little bit, and then you're ready to experience the game as we intended it. This is the standard difficulty setting. And then hard mode says for players looking for a serious challenge, which is just a silly thing. It's just saying it's difficult. I get it. While there are some weird naming conventions with the difficulties in Radiant Dawn, where in Japan, like the difficulties are the same, but in Japan, hard mode is actually Maniac. Our normal mode is actually our hard mode, and our easy mode is actually their normal mode. At the very least, this game tries to convey to you what is kind of like the standard experience, the standard difficulty setting. And I think Fire Emblem just needs to do an even better job of that in the future. There should be a mode that says, this is the one we focused on. This is the one this is like the base game. This is what everyone should experience the first time before moving on to, Maddening or Maniac or Lunatic mode, whatever game you're playing. So I guess that's all what it comes down to. It's all about conveyance. It's all about conveying to the player what the developers intend. So I hope Fire Emblem does that in the future, because at this point it's so arbitrary and people don't know where to start. So yeah, I hope the next game does a better job, and maybe they will, maybe they won't, who knows, we'll see. Anyways, leave your thoughts in the comments. What do you guys think? How do you feel about the different difficulty modes in Fire Emblem? Do you think there should be a mode that is like, this is the one you should play? Or do you like it that it's more left up to the choice of the player or the thoughts of the player? I'm curious to hear what everyone has to say on that. And please subscribe if you haven't. Like the video before you leave. Helps the channel a lot more than you think. And I'll catch you next time, friends. Thanks for watching.